Those big, soft cloud shoes that everyone recommends? Well, I tested them and I was surprised. One made me feel stable and confident, and the other made me question myself. So if your knees hurt, this really matters. And after my last video on knee pain, so many of you asked for more. So today, I'm comparing the New Balance 860 and the HOKA Arahi. I'm Marysue of the Trusty Shoe Guides, and I've spent 40 years in the shoe industry, helping women find shoes that actually support their bodies to keep them walking strong. Today, I'm putting two of the most trusted stability shoes head to head, the HOKA Arahi and the New Balance Fresh Foam 860. And I'll show you which one actually will keep you steady and which one might quietly make things worse. But before we get into the shoes, there's one thing that you really need to know. Most knee pain doesn't start at the knee, it starts at your foot. Now, if your foot rolls in, your knee follows, and that extra movement adds stress right where you feel it. So what matters isn't just cushioning, it's control. So you want a shoe that keeps you steady and guides your step. Both of these shoes promise stability, but they do it in different ways. Let's start with the HOKA Arahi. Now, if you've ever worn HOKA before, you'll recognize this right away. It has a thicker cushion feel, and your foot sits slightly inside the shoe, almost like a little bucket seat effect. Now, when I put this on, the first thing I noticed was the cushioning. It felt soft and still guided. Now, HOKA uses something called an H-frame. You can't see it, it's inside, but think of it like a soft little guardrail that helps guide your foot and keep it from rolling too far in. Walking in it feels smooth, but what you really notice is the rocker motion. And that's what HOKA's known for, that curved sole that gently rolls you forward. So each step feels easier, especially if your knees don't like hard impact. But here's where you need to pay attention. Because of the height and because of the softness, you'll feel a little more movement under your foot. Not unstable, but not grounded either, which is going to add more risk. So if you like a softer, more cushioned stride with a little more help moving forward, and you have really good balance, this can feel really good. But here's the part that still surprised me. I expected this shoe to feel better on my knees because of the cushioning, but that's not what happened. This is where I was a bit, frankly, shocked. I can feel just enough movement and instability under my foot, and that made me almost question every step I took. And as we get older, that sense of stability becomes even more important. I think part of it is how high you sit off the ground. That extra height combined with the softness creates more movement than you expect. Not in a dramatic way, and it's subtle, but it's constant. So I found myself thinking like, am I stable here? Do I really trust this step? And when your knees are already vulnerable, that small feeling matters because your body will start to compensate. So let's compare it to the New Balance 860. Now, the New Balance 860 feels very different the minute you put it on. First, it's lower to the ground. You can see that this one is much more bulkier and this one's lower. This one feels firmer underfoot and more structured overall. Instead of feeling soft and bouncy, this shoe is about stability and control. There's no bucket seat feel, and your foot sits on top of a nice solid base. Now inside the shoe, you can't see it here, but there's a slightly firmer section along the arch, and that is going to act like a small internal wall that helps keep your foot aligned. So when it rolls in, you'll feel that support working. Each step feels more controlled and steady. And walking in it is where it really stood out to me. I felt more planted, I felt more control, and I had less side-to-side movement than in this one. Now, it doesn't have that soft rolling feeling like HOKA, but what you do gain is stability and confidence and a real sense of connection to the ground. So which one is actually better for knee pain? Here is what I learned. If your knees hurt, don't just chase softness. Pay attention to how stable you feel when you walk, because that's what really protects your knees. For me, the New Balance 860 came out on top, not because it's softer, but because it made me feel steady, grounded, and more in control. I would only lean toward the HOKA Arahi if you have more severe bone-on-bone knee pain and you're already stable and sure-footed. Because at that stage, the goal is often just staying comfortable and moving without a lot of pain. Now, I'll go ahead and link to both of these shoes in the description below. At the end of the day, the right shoe is going to keep you walking, keep you traveling, and doing all the things you love to do. And the wrong one will slowly chip away at your confidence over time. Thank you, friends. If you'd like even more on shoes and healthy aging, I'm going to invite you to join my newsletter for active women. You'll find the link to join in the description below, and it's packed with comfort tips, style advice, and practical insights to keep you walking strong. And I would absolutely love to see you there. And don't forget to like, comment, or subscribe if you're getting value from this video. Stay well, friends, and I'll see you next week.